everybody, welcome to Timely Advice today. I'm Danielle from Ellis Insurance Agency, and my guest today is Brent Hackney from Hackney Law Offices, and we're bringing you something a little different today. A question that we get a lot is, when should I call an attorney? When should I call my insurance agent? And we thought we would provide some clarification on that. Brent is actually one of our customers, and he is an attorney that's about a mile from our agency. He's a very gifted attorney, if I do say so myself, very skilled, and he truly has the best interest of the consumer in mind and the policyholder, or I guess clients in your case.
Sure.
So I'm going to let him tell you a little bit more about himself. Take it away.
Sure. I'm Brent Hackney, and I graduated WVU College of Law back in 1997. So I've been doing this for 20-some years now. It's been quite a long time. The entire time that I've been doing this, I have been focused on personal injury litigation and insurance claims. So I've had a lot of time dealing with insurance agents, insurance claims representatives, and litigation in the insurance context. So I'm pretty well versed in these types of issues. And as you noted, I'm just right down the road, about a mile from her office, so we're neighbors, we get along.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're going to talk to you a little bit throughout this process today. It's going to be about a 10-minute video, but we're going to talk about when you should not call an attorney and then when it's best to do so. So the first thing that the two of us are in agreement on for sure is if you have a property damage claim. So on my end, I define that as if you're not even in your vehicle and somebody, dings it with a shopping cart or hits it on the side of the road, no matter what the damage is, if it's a major hit to the vehicle and it's totaled, or if it's a minor dent to the vehicle, chances are you're not going to need to contact an attorney for a property damage claim. What do you think?
Yeah, for a situation like that where there's no personal injury, insurance agents and claims representatives tend to be very fair in property-only damage claims like that. So the odds of needing outside counsel for a straightforward property damage only claim, probably you don't need outside counsel for that. And obviously today we're talking about general, concepts, general rules, so obviously every case is different. But by and large, for a straight property damage claim, highly unlikely you would need an attorney for that. You can probably just go straight through your agent and be just fine.
Yep. And then the second thing that we wanted to discuss with you is the case of minor injuries. And we're speaking about auto claims specifically today. So if someone rear-ends your bumper and you scratch your arm or hurt your foot, something to the point where you would not be hospitalized or would not require extensive follow-up care. So that has happened to me before. I've been in an auto accident. My insurance company was able to get everything worked out. And, of course, sometimes you may want to go to a doctor's office or a Med Express just to make sure that there's nothing further, get some x-rays to establish a baseline. That's a good idea. But if there's a minor injury, it doesn't require hospitalization and it does not require follow-up with your primary care physician, then chances are you don't need to contact an attorney in that case. What do you think?
Yeah, in a very small injury case like that, I would agree. The odds of you needing counsel for something that minor, very, very rare. Unless there was some weird wrinkle to the case, some type of a coverage issue or some type of an actual dispute, probably in a minor case like that, probably wouldn't need counsel.
So those are two instances where contacting an attorney initially may not be the best fit for you, but we're going to talk about some situations where it is absolutely in your best interest to contact an attorney and work with both your attorney and your insurance company. I'm going to let Brent take the lead on this and kind of share a little bit more, but these are going to be some more intense, more complicated cases where an attorney can have your best interest. One thing I wanted to share is that if there's a situation where you're majorly injured, an attorney can actually calculate your income loss over time a lot better than can an insurance company, or should I say in conjunction with one another. So can you tell us more about that?
Sure. Obviously, in a severe injury case like you're talking about, it would definitely be in the best interest of the client to consult with an attorney for that. It's like you said, especially if you've got a wage claim that's involved, there are a lot of different ways to calculate that. We do that as a routine matter in most every injury case that I handle. So obviously, if there's a serious injury, particularly with a wage claim, I would advise you to get an attorney involved early in a situation like that too. Another example we were talking about aside from the injury itself is if you're intimidated by the process. And I get this often in my practice. Someone will call and say, hey, I've been in an accident. I'm just not really sure what to do first. I'm not sure who to call first. If you're a person who hasn't dealt with the insurance industry very often, you might be intimidated by the process. And in a case like that, absolutely call an attorney, a reputable one, and they can definitely assist you and get you involved early in the process, and it'll really work out much better for you.
Yeah, and then I'll throw this out there too because I've run into this. I actually end up getting a lot of clients because they're dissatisfied with their insurance representation. So if you're being represented by an insurance agent who is in any way unethical, has lied to you, is dishonest in any way, then yeah, I hate to even say this about my profession, but they're like that. I mean, there's, like he just hinted, there's dishonest attorneys, there's dishonest insurance agents out there. So if your insurance agent or insurance company is not telling you the truth or is behaving unethically, then yes, absolutely, an attorney can help with getting that, getting someone else on your side to help you get the answers that you need. Or if there's a dishonest other party involved in your accident. So someone's fleeing the scene or giving you trouble, refusing to give you their insurance information, those are acts of dishonesty. And yeah, an attorney can also help you with getting those answers, writing a few letters and getting their hands dirty, doing what they need to do. We covered major injury, we've covered someone being uncomfortable, unethical and unresponsive insurance agents, which thank goodness you won't get that here. And then we also wanted to tell you about complicated claims. So let's say there's multiple vehicles involved and there's maybe someone from out of state and their insurance doesn't operate the same as your policy does, or perhaps the coverage is different. That's a good time to contact an attorney because your insurance company, while we will advocate and help you as well, an attorney is just one more person to help you interpret those various laws from various insurance policies that may be involved in that accident. Do you have any thoughts on that?
Oh, that's common as well. I just had a friend call me maybe 2 weeks ago where his father, who was elderly, was traveling in South Carolina and was rear-ended on the interstate. So here's a case that happens in South Carolina, but it's a West Virginia resident with a West Virginia insurance policy on his side, but a South Carolina policy on the other side. In that particular case, it was terrible because even though he was rear-ended, the other driver accused him of being at fault, which most people understand. If you're the one that gets rear-ended, the odds of you being at fault somehow are very slim. So here he is, this older gentleman, he's confused about the whole process and everything, so he called me. So they're classic example. You got somebody who's unfamiliar with the process, complicated coverage issues because you've got the interplay of two state systems, South Carolina and West Virginia. Fortunately, he was not injured, which was good, but it was helpful to him, I think, mostly just for his peace of mind. He came into the office, I sat with him for 2 hours. I put all the carriers on notice. If there's any type of a verdict, I can assist with that. So, yeah, there's a lot of situations like that come up commonly where an attorney like myself could be helpful, I think.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay. Have we gotten any questions so far during the live? Okay. So if you all have any further questions after you watch this video, we're going to refer back to it, and we plan to see if we can drag Brent back here for some future timely advice conversations. But if you have a question, feel free to comment below, send one of us a message to our pages. We'll link his page later, and we'll be glad to answer them in future videos or comment right here on this thread. Thank you guys so much for joining us, and have a good rest of your day. Stay safe.
Thank you very much.